What's going on, y'all? Site Perspectives, GeoFucks here. And today, let's talk. Another thing that comes to my mind is people who don't have to work or don't have to physically be at a location to go to work, or they don't work 40 hours a week or more. They're so oblivious to what's going on out here, so when you're explaining, you're tired, you're exhausted, you have fatigue, you're burnt out, they don't recollect with that because they don't have to go to a physical job location Monday through Friday or however many days you go to a physical location. They're not working 40 hours. They're not working 40 plus hours. So to them, they don't get, hey, you're tired. You don't feel like running a bunch of errands the minute you get off work for somebody, or having to do a bunch of errands on Saturday for them. Because again, those of us that are working, you're only blessed, privileged to get 1 to 2 days off a week. And that's if you're blessed and privileged. And on the days that you have off, who the hell wants to be up ripping and running the entire damn day? You trying to enjoy yourself, you trying to sleep in, you trying to rest, you feel me? But again, that's the 9-to-5 lifestyle. That's the American dream. Another thing that I wanted to address, because I see a lot of people leaving comments asking, oh my God, you have a master's and you're only making $14.81 an hour? Yes. When you look at the taxes and the deductions that are removed from your check, what your net income is, that's what I make. My gross annual income at my current job is $40,000 a year. However, I'm not getting $40,000 because taxes and deductions. I'm losing 22.9%. Yes, 22.9% of my income is taxed. Then I have deductibles because I have to pay for my own short-term disability. We have to pay for our own dental and vision. So when you add in the taxes being removed and the deductibles, you're losing basically $1,000 a month. I mean, seriously. It's really wild. And then $40,000 before taxes and deductions is like $19, $20 an hour. After taxes and deductions, I'm making $14.81 an hour. Gas is $4.25 a gallon in my area. So, yeah, and the sad part is when you look at the type of work that I do, first of all, I'm a housing counselor. I'm a coordinator for a statewide program that's servicing 3 counties. We have to do our own data and reporting. I'm also the outreach specialist. So I'm in the community, I'm going to all of these events. That's why a lot of times when people are talking about 40 hours a week, well, a lot of the outreach events are after professional business hours and they're on the weekend, whether that's a Saturday or a Sunday. So a lot of times I'm working well over 40 hours a week. But because I'm salary, I don't get time and a half, I don't get double time, I don't get overtime hours. I get flex hours. Okay, so, and then we have to teach the education, we have to teach the classes, we're the receptionists, we're literally doing 4 to 5 roles, 4 to 5 different job positions, and only being paid for one. Overworked, underpaid, social services. You already know how it goes. And $40,000 after taxes and deductions turns to $28,440. So I've already made a video discussing that part, but it's just to put it in, a lot of people be shocked, and I'm just going to clarify it. Just because you have a degree doesn't mean you're going to make a good living. And that's why a lot of us feel like college is a scam, because we were literally misled and told, oh yes, go to college, get your education, get your degree, and you'll have a good career. You'll make good money. Wrong. False. Okay, that is not the case. It's very specific fields that make good money. Overwhelmingly, the vast majority of these college degrees are not making you good money. It is what it is. You know, basically, if you're not going into science, technology, engineering, math, healthcare, computer science, computer engineering, data analytics, you know, software engineering, etc. If you're not going into those, like I said, healthcare, nursing, what have you, if you're not going into those specific fields, there's no real reason to be going to college, in my opinion. There's just no real reason for that. There's no reason to be sitting up collecting all of this debt so you can be working somewhere making $14.81 an hour with a master's degree and owing $48,000 plus in student loans. It makes no sense to put yourself in that. I don't recommend it. You know, I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't recommend it. Now, knowledge is power. Yes, I learned a lot, but it wasn't worth being in debt. I mean, again, a lot of the stuff that they're teaching in college, you can go on the internet and find. You can go to the library and find. You don't need to be sitting up paying thousands of dollars going into debt. You got people that owe 6 figures worth of student loans. And like I said, you'd be surprised. A lot of people got their master's degrees, got their PhDs, but they're not earning shit. You're earning poverty wages. A lot of us are burnt out and frustrated and angry and mad and upset because of how our lives turned out, despite the fact that we followed the rules. Like, let's really talk about that. Like, you know, a lot of us really set up and really bought into the American dream, aka the American nightmare. You know, a lot of us really thought, okay, I'm gonna go to college, I'm gonna get the 4.0, I'm gonna get the good GPA, the dean's list, I'm gonna volunteer, I'm gonna do an internship, I'm gonna do a few internships, and most of them were unpaid. So you're doing free labor. You know, I'm gonna join this organization, I'm gonna join this group, I'm gonna join this club, I'm gonna network, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna pay it forward, I'm gonna do civic engagement, I'm gonna volunteer, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like I said, a lot of us followed the rules, and this is all that we've been getting. Followed the rules, and you've been getting a big F you the entire time. And that's why here I am knocking at 30, and I'm like, I've been waking up from the Matrix for almost the past 4 years. You know, 3.5 years of waking up from the Matrix, going on into the 4th year, and I'm here to tell you, in my opinion, unless you're going into a high in demand, sought out career, it makes no sense to be going to college. You're better off getting a trade and getting a skill than going to college in many cases. Not to mention, you could go to all of these free boot camps to learn coding and technology and software engineering and data analytics, etc. There's free, and I'm gonna put information on the different programs and free boot camps and information if you so choose to look into going through that route. But if it's not a high sought out, in demand career field, it's not worth going into debt. It is what it is, because ain't nobody gonna help you pay off the student loans once you're in debt. It's all on you. And then you're not getting good paying jobs. You know, you sitting up, the price of living has gone up, the cost of living has gone up, inflation 7%. It's reporting that by April it's going to be at 8.5% inflation. So again, you can't, in a capitalist society, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And a lot of these college degrees don't make sense. You just sitting up going into debt. And again, I wish people were honest with me 12 years ago. Because I could have said, you know what? I'm not doing this. You know, but again, we are literally sold pipe dreams. Sold bullshit. And that's why a lot of people are frustrated and angry and mad. And everybody went, well, nobody owes you nothing. You're right, but that's the problem. If you're telling people to do A, B, C, and D, then we're expecting results from following the rules. You are literally misleading and straight up lying to people about opportunities that don't even exist. You're literally lying to folks about the importance of getting a college education, knowing damn well there is no importance of a college education. It all depends on your field. Is that field in demand? If it's not in demand, then it ain't worth going. I'm gonna just keep it real. Because like I said, I wish somebody would have kept it real with me. Because I could have avoided that. I didn't have to go into all of that debt. I didn't have to go, waste. And it's not even just about the debt. You know, it's not even just about the debt. It's also about the time and energy that's wasted. You can't get that time back. You can't get that energy back. You're not going to be able to get your youth back. I literally spent 17 through 24 pursuing an education that's fucking useless. And I take accountability for that because I made those choices. I made those decisions. But I made those choices and decisions based off what I was told to do. Based off of what our parents told us, the schools, our, elementary, middle school, high school guidance counselors. You had professors at the university, at the college telling you how you should consider going into getting your master's degree. And, everybody is telling you all of this shit. You got everybody telling you, well, the college degree holders on average, they make $1 million more than high school graduates. Where is this $1 million more? And then everyone, oh, you got to give it time. Give it time. I graduated with my first college degree in 2012. I got 2 associate's degrees in 2012. So a decade later, give it time. I graduated with my bachelor's 8 years ago, 2014. Graduated with my master's 5 years ago, 2017. So when people want to talk about giving it time, you got to wait for the economy to open up. You got to do this, you got to do that. That's bullshit. I got a degree in something that is useless economically and financially. Now, is it important? Is it knowledgeable? Is it good information? Is it good resources? Yes, but it's not worth the debt. And it's not worth the time and energy to be going through all of that. You could have learned that by just simply reading a book and going to some, free lectures, and having public discourse on the internet. You didn't need to go into all of that. And, I'm just, when I make these videos, again, I want to clarify. I take full accountability. It's, these were my choices. These were my decisions that I made. But I also want to say, when you're literally being told to do these things by society, is it really your choice? Because at this point, it was propaganda and you were influenced to do these things by the people in society around you. This wasn't an independent choice. Okay, again, I take responsibility and I'm accountable because I made that decision. But let's be real here. And then it's predatory lending because, again, we're 17, 18 years old coming out of high school, and you're sitting up here giving people that you know don't have a credit history. Ain't that some shit? Have no credit history, don't have a credit score, but here go $20,000, $30,000 for you to take out a student loan so you can pay for your books and you can pay for your tuition and you can pay for food and housing. You feel me? We giving that to a 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old. Like I said, people don't have any credit history, but let you try to do that when you try to buy a house. No, you got to have 2 years of employment. You feel me? They got to be able to track all of that. You got to have a decent credit score, you know, typically at least a 640 to be mortgageable. You got to have a savings. You got to have all of this stuff in place for them to give you a loan for a mortgage. But yet they didn't require any of that for the 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old getting student loans to go to college. Predatory lending. Okay, and then we were sold the lie that, well, you're going to get a good job. You're going to have a good career. You're going to make all this money. You're going to be able to pay these back. It's no big deal. I've been paying on my student loans since May of 2014. It is March of 2022. I still owe $48,000 plus. So yeah. And another thing I'm gonna end this video saying is, why in the hell are we dressing up, at these office jobs? You got to be business professional, business casual, yet you're not being paid like a business professional person. You sitting up, Friday, y'all can have Friday's supposed to be casual Friday, but typically what casual Friday means is you can wear jeans, you don't have to wear slacks. However, you can't come in just whatever. You still got to have some type of business casual about you. And don't get me wrong, I do feel nice when I put on certain types of apparel, attire, but we're dressing up to make $14.81 an hour? And then how are we going to be teaching financial literacy and focus on financial stability, but we don't have financial stability? And how are you a financial institution, yet you're not paying your own employees a decent living? Again, your job doesn't care about you or your well-being. I think we need to just really grasp that and understand that. So once again, I'm back on the hunt, looking for jobs, looking for other opportunities, because like I said, it comes a point in the day where it's like, cost of living is going up, inflation is going up, everything is going up, you feel me, except your wages and salary. It's time to make a decision. I've been here for 5 months. It'll be 6 months in April. And that's another thing, like, I'm looking at changing my career completely, because like I'm not interested in doing social service work anymore, because like I said, I've been doing that for 8+ years. And it is poverty. It is draining. It is exhausting. A lot of times you're taking your work home with you. A lot of times, like I said, you are not working 40 hours. You're working well over 40 hours. Like, let's just keep it real. And then if your salary, you're not compensated for that. So it's just not a good setup. Okay? It's very tiring. It's very exhausting. And yeah, I need a change, and I'm gonna make that change. So anyways, just wanted to do that video and just let it be known, like, that's where I'm at. And again, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just being transparent, like, so I'm out.